Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. Hopefully I'm not going to waffle on too long. It's Friday night. I've just done the live with Liam. Enjoyed it so much I decided that really when I come off I've really fancied doing another beer review because it was just a good buzz. And the beer I done was rather disappointing, which has urged me to do another beer review because I want to end the night on a high rather than a downer. So the beer we are looking at now is one, incidentally, that Liam sent me. Liam Goodlift, deep in RC, who I've just done the live with. And it's from Northern Monk. I think he picked it up in Morrison's or Tesco's for about £2.50, £3-ish. Excuse me. And this is a can of their Heretic hazy IPA. 6.5% in a 440ml can. So yeah, lovely artwork. I think he's had these a few times. He's a big IPA fan. And let's be honest, Northern Monk are pretty solid. So hopefully this one is going to be good. And this is going to be the one that ends my night, that makes me go to bed nice and happy rather than the last one. Now, you're going to have a clue of the last beer that I've done. But like I say, that'll be up before this. This beer is going in a Goose Island glass. So without spelling it out too obviously, the last beer I had was a Goose Island one. So yeah, there's a glass. I don't have a Northern Monk glass actually, so yeah, we're going to get this beer in the glass, out the fridge. Fridge is like sort of like about 5 degrees. It's got all the spiel on the back. I had too many beers to focus on trying to read it. I couldn't even focus on it if I was stone cold sober. So let's see what we get with this one. I've rinsed the glass, by the way. This is just looking so much better already, really, I would say. Looks really nice straight away. Funny enough, the Goose Island one sort of had a funny turn, massive head and all that, and I don't know, maybe it just wasn't quite 100% right. I say it looks much better actually. It looks pretty much identical. On the camera, it's probably looking a little bit lighter. It's got that lemon sort of haziness. It's looking a little bit darker this side. We've got about 1.5 fingers of mix and match white head. So let's give her a swirl and see what we get. That's got a little bit more punch on the nose than the last one. And do you know what? I'm literally that second I was sniffing. And do you know what come to me, Ed? Well, I'm going to tell you. It's got that saladly feel. Now, Jonathan Brown talks about this in some IPAs. He also says it looks a little bit green, and you could say that looks a little bit green to a certain extent. It's almost got that salad lettuce kind of aroma on the nose. Yeah, it's hoppy, but it's got a salad leaf aroma. A funny kind of thing. It's got the sort of smell on it, and I don't want to go down that route. That's going to repeat on you in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Men, women, close your ears, but men, you know what I'm saying. Anyway. Smells alright. Let's dive in. Northern Monk Heretic, sent to me from Liam Goodlift, deep in RC. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers. Let's dive in. Yeah, and it's funny, isn't it? I've done this. I don't think this... It's a nice beer. I'm going to say that straight away. It's a nice beer. It's a decent beer. But I actually think this beer feels better because of the last one I had. Now, I rinsed my mouth. I had a bottle of water. Tried to cleanse the palate. This beer, 6.5%. Not a shit body. but quite light to drink. So in a sense, that's going to make it sessionable. 6.5%, do you want it sessionable? It's very smooth, nice and soft. The carbonation is busy now, but the bubbles are so minute, they feel like really small bubbles. And the first thing that comes to my head, almost to a certain extent, Belgian-like sort of bubbles in a beer when they're so small that they actually caress the inside of your mouth. They're soft. They make the beer smoother. They make the beer softer. That's how I feel this carbonation is. On the taste, like I say, the body of the beer is quite light. I think for a 6.5% beer, it's quite light. So it takes a second. And like I said, the beer isn't watery, but when you drink it, the body of the beer hits you. And then, if you like, the more sort of punchy flavours kind of kick in. You are getting pineapple, you are getting grapefruit for me. You could say there's a little bit of pine in there. There's a little bit of dankness. There's even maybe a little bit of resinous sort of thing going on. Oh, pardon me. It is drinkable. 6.5%. Is nowhere. There's no feel of that 6.5%. There's no warming. There's no overpowering alcohol taste. You get a nice hoppy taste in there. I think that balanced with the sort of juicy notes, the fruity notes. It sort of levels out the alcohol maybe. But yeah. Is it a world beater? No. Might sound like I'm building it up to be a world beater. No, it's not a world beater. It's a decent supermarket craft beer. That's what it is. It's a decent one. And I think, like I say, this would have been about £3.50, £4, something like that. Now prices have gone up. I think if you want a you know, half decent sort of IPA now in the supermarkets, you're looking at about £4, aren't you? Whereas a few years ago you could get something for £2. If you were paying a bit extra, you were going to get a really good one for about £3. Times have changed. I think you are looking at about £4 now for a decent one, but then you can't help but look towards online shopping to get something probably better for the same sort of price. But we're not here to talk about other beers, are we? We're on about talking about Northern Monk's Heretic. Like I say, Morrison's, Tesco's, I think it was, hazy IPA, about £3, £3.50, even maybe £4. Is it any good? It's a decent drop. It's no world beater. Don't expect it to be a world beater. Let's have a look at the bloody economy. £3 to £4. You're going to get standard sort of beer now in a supermarket. Can you get better ones for about 50p more? Probably. But this is probably one of the better ones in the supermarket. So yeah, gets a thumbs up from me. Certainly better than the Goose Island one that I just done. Big thank you to Liam who sent it to me. So yeah, cheers pal. Anyone else who's had it, let me know what you think. Feel free to comment, like and share the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I'm waffling on. See you again soon on another one. Cheers.